That first reading might have seemed a little familiar to you. I mean, it's about 3,000 years old, but there's just something about the phrasing in there. Is not our life on earth drudgery? Are we not just slaves longing for the shade, hirelings workers who just wait for their wages? I have been assigned for months of misery. Troubled nights have been mine. The night drags on. I'm filled with restlessness till dawn. I shall not see happiness again. Hey, be honest with me. How many of you find that's a description of your work week last week? Or maybe when in school or in college. This is from the prophets. It's 3,000 years old. But it kind of rings a bell. You know, you get home at the end of the week and say, oh, just let me relax a little bit. And it's really cold outside, you can't do that much. Or you turn on the TV and you watch the news and my gosh, it looks like the whole world's on fire. Yeah. I shall not see happiness again. Wow. You wonder why people were waiting for the coming of the Lord. Our gospel tonight, this morning, from Mark, the first chapter, no less. We're still very early in Mark's gospel. So early that we're still talking about Simon, okay? And Simon and his brother Andrew and James and John, they're walking with Jesus. And they go to Simon's house and they encounter Simon's mother-in-law who is sick, and he heals her. And that evening, you know, countless scores of people who are sick or they're possessed by evil spirits, they come to the door and Jesus heals them, dispels the evil spirits, all that's going on. He drives out these demons. Must have been some day for Jesus. He rises before dawn, he leaves. Simon, he's looking for him. He pursues Jesus. Everyone is looking for you. No kidding. Look at all you did yesterday. Simon's probably got more people lined up for Jesus to take care of. Maybe Simon wants a few more things for himself. Who knows? We're early in the relationship, and the disciples, they don't quite know Jesus yet. We're still in the first chapter of Mark. Maybe to put it in a contemporary context, Simon's still rising on the learning curve. He's not quite there yet. By no means is he there yet. Maybe he's thinking, well, if we have Jesus nearby, we can get all kinds of things done. Maybe a few things for us. And Jesus kind of changes that illusion right there. He says, well, no, let's go on to the next villages. I can go and preach there. Simon may have been looking for things from Jesus. You know, maybe we feel that way from time to time too. But let's think about some other possibility here. I mean, Simon comes to have a different relationship with Jesus. He professes his faith in him. Jesus starts calling him Peter. You know, you are Peter, you are my rock, and upon my rock I will build my church. Peter's got a new identity, a new role, a new ministry. Because he sees Jesus differently. He believes in him. How about if we think about how we believe in Jesus? How about if we think about, say, I need Jesus not to cure my mother-in-law. I need Jesus not to help me with answers on the chemistry exam. I need Jesus not because I'm really behind the 8 ball at work. I need Jesus because his love, his gift, his care, his virtue, his wisdom, all these things I need that I might be one who follows him. Jesus goes, heals the sick, drives out demons, feeds multitudes. Wait, you've read the gospel before. You know what's going on there. Jesus is a lot. In our day, in our time, when we follow Jesus because we want to be filled by all he has to offer to us, we are prepared to go and do his work in the world. We can be people who patiently wait and listen to someone. We can be people who stop and forgive someone. We can be people who stop and console someone. We can be people who are doing his work. Forgiveness, patience, healing, feeding, and on and on and on. We are his people in the world. And when he fills us, we are capable of doing these things. And we know this is how it is because, well, look what Jesus did with the disciples. Peter is transformed. He is now ready to be, well, he's not quite ready yet. I mean, there's a lot more gospel to go. And Peter, he's a work in process, kind of like how we are. And we can be people who are looking to follow Jesus and be his people in the world and serve as he served and listen as he listened and be present to each other in love as he was. All these things we can do. So it's not about us expecting something from Jesus. Maybe it's about Jesus giving us gifts and trusting us to go and do his work. Not expecting him to give to us, but expecting us and trusting us to go and give to others. Folks, our weeks can be very difficult. That reading from Job hits close to home, doesn't it? But we can go and transform the world as Jesus did. Our belief, his trust, his gifts, we can accomplish a lot in his name. Hey folks, let's go out and love and serve the Lord.